Hi guys, you're welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'll be teaching us how to make this balloon off shoulder sleeve with elastic band. So let's get started. Now to make the sleeve, you need to know how to draft a normal off shoulder sleeve, and I'll be dropping the link in the description box on the previous tutorial I did on this. Also, I'll be dropping the link on the previous tutorial on how to draft a basic sleeve. You need to watch these two videos to get like a hang of what we're doing here. Okay, so this is my sleeve here. This is the cap line here, and the distance from the shoulder here, or the sleeve head, to the cap line is your bust circumference divided by 12 plus 0.5. Okay, so next I'll be marking the length of the off shoulder sleeve. So whatever length you want to work with, just add about extra 3 or 4 inches. You'll be taking out about 1 inch for the elastic casing at the sleeve opening. Then the remaining 3 inches will be for extra allowance to make the balloon really puff well. Now we're going to be doubling all our measurements on the off shoulder sleeve pattern, unlike the normal off shoulder sleeve. Okay, so now on the cap line, you're going to be marking the sleeve width. Okay, that is from one armhole to the other. Now usually you subtract your upper bust circumference from your shoulder circumference measurement. Okay, so for me that's about 8, but we're going to be doubling all our measurements, so I'm going to be marking 16, but you know the paper is on fold, so I'll be marking 8. I hope that is clear. Now, same thing on the cap line. Usually we always mark half of our armhole circumference measurements. Okay, so that should be about 8, what I'm working for. But because we're doubling the measurement, that will be 16. Okay, then the sleeve opening, you're going to multiply your bicep measurement by 2 or 3, depending on the fullness you want to. But I'll be tripling mine, which is times 3. Okay, so half of my bicep measurement is 6 normally, so I'll triple that. Will be 18. Okay, so I'll just connect it like this, and don't forget the paper is on fold. Okay, then I have not marked the distance from my sleeve here to the cap line. Okay, so after dividing my bust by 12 and adding 0.5, approximately is 4 for mine, so you have to calculate yours depending on your bust circumference measurements. So I'll just connect like this. Okay, the remaining space I have on top of the paper, we're using it to create a casing for the elastic. Okay, so this is where the measurement stops. Then I'll just link it to the curve part of my ruler like this. I'll link it like this. Yeah, then we're going to create a casing for the elastic at the top. Okay, so I'll just add 1 inch to that measurement upwards, and 1 inch on this other side here. So I'll just connect it together. So this extra extension we have are going to be for the elastic casing. Okay, please just watch the off shoulder sleeve tutorial. You understand what I'm explaining here better. All I've done is just to double the measurements. Okay, so I've connected it like that, and I'm adding 1 inch side seam allowance on the sleeve. So I'll just go ahead and cut it out and transfer the pattern to my fabric. So here I'm working with the lace fabric, so I had to add doll face satin as my underlay for the lace, since it's a transparent lace. So now at the sleeve head here, I'm going to be folding 0.5 inch twice. Remember the 1 inch we added for the elastic casing at the top part. Yeah, so I'll be folding ½ inch twice, and I'll go ahead and sew it on my sewing machine. So here we are. I've already created the casing. This is where the elastic will pass through, but I'm not passing the elastic yet. So I'll just fold my sleeve like that into 2 and sew 1 inch all the way down. Okay, so basically we'll just enlarge our off shoulder sleeve, normal off shoulder sleeve, like times 2. Okay, so now for the sleeve opening here, I'll fold my fabric again 0.5 inch twice to create a casing for the elastic at the lower part, and I'll go and sew it. Then after sewing, I'll just leave about 1 inch or half an inch opening here. This is it. Then for the elastic, I will measure my bicep measurement and subtract 1 inch from that. That will be the length of my elastic. And then I'll just pass it through with my safety pin. So this is how it looks like, the lower part. That's the sleeve opening. Okay, so I'll just join the elastic together and go ahead and close the opening like I've done. Then this is the sleeve head here. Okay, so same thing like I said previously, you subtract your upper bust measurement from your shoulder circumference measurement. Whatever you get will give you the length of the elastic we're going to be working with. Okay, you don't need to add seam allowance to it. In fact, you can even subtract 1 inch from that. So I'm going to use my elastic to pass, my safety pin to pass the elastic into that hole, okay, and then sew it down. So let me explain to you briefly. This is it. You pass the elastic from one side, okay, from one end here. Then I'm trying to still pull it in a bit. Yeah, so this is the elastic at one end. You go ahead to sewing machine and stitch it down, okay? Then after pulling through on the other side, you also stitch it down. It's as simple as that. So, okay, I've done that. This is my sleeve. So you can see that the sleeve head, I've already added elastic to it. This is it, okay? And then what's left now is the armhole opening. This is my dress. Okay, so I'll be attaching the sleeve to the armhole on the dress. So this is to one side and this is the other side, and it's as simple as that. So if you would like to see a tutorial on how to make this type of lace dress, you can actually enroll for our wedding gown class. Yes, so thank you very much for watching. Bye.